here we go. So we're gonna have to go fast so I can get this done in 5 minutes. We're starting off and finding the slope of the tangent line. Slope of the tangent line, we have to start with the derivative of f. And we will definitely have to do the chain rule twice. Oh my god, I put that 2 in the front. Because the derivative of 2x is just 2. So 2 sine of 2x. And then I'll stick this derivative also in the front. The derivative of sine of x is cosine of x. And then that. We could have left it behind. It really doesn't matter the order you do that on. Or you do that cosine in the e. Okay, so we need this slope when x is pi. So we'll stick in pi. Okay. All right, the sine of 2 pi is 0. The cosine of pi is -1. The sine of pi is 0. And then we are going to have 0, and then e to the 0 is 1. So 0 plus -1 is -1. Now on this one, you just get 2 points for the answer. They don't separate it into parts. So you have to get all that right, show all that work to get 2 points. Right, for B, we are going to let K be the composition of K, F, and H, and then we're going to find K prime of pi. So we'll start by finding K prime of X by basically just writing out the chain rule in symbols. Then we'll go back and put in pi for X. All right, and then we are going to start with F of pi, and we haven't done that yet. So I'm going to move over to this side. To find f of pi, we're going to put pi into the f function. So cosine of 2 pi is 1, and then that's e to the 0 again. So 1 plus 1 is 2. All right, f prime of pi we just found was -1. All right, and then that takes us to h prime of 2. To find h prime of 2, we go to the h function, which is the graph. 2 is here, and the h prime is going to be the slope of the graph at that point, and that graph has, at that point, has a slope of -1/3. So k prime of pi is 1/3 when I multiply those together. Okay, so what the ACT people do on this, you get 1 point for writing this, and you get 1 point for getting 1/3. Okay, for the C part, we have another function, which is m, and we want to find m prime of 2. So I'm going to start off by finding m prime of x. Now, this looks confusing because it looks like it's g times -2x. It's actually g of -2x. So we're going to start off with the product rule, where we'll leave g of -2x alone and multiply it by the derivative of h of x. Then plus the derivative of h of x and multiply it by the derivative of g of x. So that's going to be, leave h of x alone. Okay, it's going to be g prime of -2x. But because it's not just g prime of x, we do have to multiply by the derivative of -2x. And that derivative is -2. And if you just wrote -2 there, that's perfectly fine. All right, and then we'll go back, and we are finding m prime of 2, so we'll put 2 in for all of those x's. So negative 2 times 2 is going to be 4. Okay, now we have to go to different places to find all this information. So for g of 4, you're going to go to the table. It's negative 4, just kidding. G of negative 4, you're going to go to the table. G of negative 4 is 5. H prime of 2 we already found in the previous problem. It's the slope of the h graph. When x is 2, we already know that's negative 1/3. H of 2 we haven't done yet. H of 2 we go to the graph, and when x is 2, the y is going to be negative 2/3 because it goes down 1/3 each time. So that would be negative 1/3. That would be negative 2/3. So that is that. G prime of 4 we'll just get from the table, and that's negative 1. And then we multiply by our negative 2, and you do all that multiplication. And you get negative 9/3, which is just negative 3. So on this one, let's see what the AP people say. You get 2 points for writing this stuff, getting it right, and 1 point for getting negative 3.